Hello, hello. Welcome back to a very weird make and break for the day. Today we're going to be working on a little bit of Unreal. I've been watching my CPU go and it keeps peaking up between 10 and 30%, so hopefully this stream doesn't lag too much. Given what happened yesterday, I was very careful today, so I'm hoping everything's good, but I think we're set. So we're just going to go from here. What even is real, says CQDK. That's true enough. So, what are we doing today? As the title of the stream suggests, we're going to be doing Unreal, but we're going to be focusing on a very specific node that I want to nail. And if I can nail this node, I think a lot of design stuff's going to be kind of secondary to us. So I'm going to start by just designing something in Blender. We're going to export it, and we're going to take it from here. And I'll show you exactly what I'm working on. And that is cat. I don't know what we are talking about anymore. But that's fine. All's well. So we got a rock. We want to generate this thing. It's pretty glitchy. Why is it so weird? The rock generation is very strange. That can be a decent one for us. I think I want to squish him down a little bit. It is a potato. It does look like a potato. We're going to say like 0.1. Okay, so now it looks like a hash brown. Let's say 0.4. What the heck is that? Okay, so I'm just randomizing it. I'm just doing my best to like make... There we go. That's a pretty decent rock for us. This should do. I don't love how rough it is. I think I want it to be pretty... There, that's good. That's good. This'll do. That's a rock. That'll be good enough for a rock for us. I'm kind of thinking it might be better just to automatically do the rock myself. But we'll see. Also, I forgot to put music on, so let's put on some music. Hey, there we go. That's a potato pog. I'm starting to believe that you might just be a sentient potato. I'm going to put it out there. I think you might just be a sentient potato. Okay, let's reset this a couple of times. I messed it up. That can do. We'll do it just like this. This is fine. And now I want to make sure... No, we're good. We'll go back to 0. We'll go right back to where we were. It is definitely not going to be that. But this is what we have so far. Let me go ahead and into edit. Now, hold on a sec. Okay, no, you know what? I'm making my own rock. This is way too much effort for what is supposed to be pretty simple. So I'm going to pop in a cube here. We're going to scale them down. We're going to make them kind of flat. And we're just going to do some very random edits to this thing. I'm going to subdivide it once, twice, twice. Grab the whole thing. We're going to put on random displacement. And I'm going to grab one. And we're going to pull you to the side and up your randomness just a little bit. Okay, now we go ahead and do just up and down a little bit. We do this part up and down a little bit. Corners. Corners. The whole thing, I'm going to take you and we're going to go ahead and subsurface you. One should be fine. I kind of want to add like just a little bit more to it and grab the whole thing and just kind of blow it up a little bit. The goal is to really mishmash this thing into something that's just kind of wild looking. So I'm going to remove this for just a sec. So we're making a rock for very good reason. First off, the sketch that I'm working on, or I guess I should say the world that I'm working on, is a hot spring. So rocks are going to be in abundance for sure. But 2, what we're like really aiming towards is I need to make something simple so I can test out a little bit of Unreal stuff today. Looks like a heart. Don't ask why. It does kind of look like a heart. I'll give you that. So this is pretty good. It's just a little too uniform for me, which I kind of thought the proportion would fix that, but no. So we're gonna go ahead and just pull out some pieces here. It does kind of look like a Tempur-Pedic pillow. It is a rock, I assure you, it's a rock. If I had a good enough SpongeBob impression, I would cue my SpongeBob impression, but I don't have one, so this will have to do. You like the attention? You're the only one getting the attention right now, so savor it while you got it. Okay, so that's it. I'm working a little fast just because I want to move on to the next step. But don't get it twisted. This is just as important as the actual, like, final scene. So I'm going to grab you. I'm going to pump you back. Grab you, pump you back. And dare I say, that's a decent enough looking rock. I might push this guy forward a little bit, which does nothing. So we'll do that one and then this one. And we'll go for it. Don't save it while I got it. I'll use it when I get the chance. I mean, that's the spirit right there. Okay. It's a good enough rock for me. It's a little mishy-mashy. It's a little much, but it's a good enough rock. I mean, even better is if I put it into sculpt mode and I just go a little bit nuts with it. That's not what I want. I want, like, crazy deformation stuff. The goal is to just kind of make it look real. The texture that we put on this thing is going to do a lot of the work for us. So I'm not too colored about it, but we're just playing. Honestly, that's fine enough. This looks good. I can live with this. That's a rock. It's a weird looking rock, but it's a rock. So I've made it. So let's go ahead and save this real quick. 3D objects, this will do. I'm going to just call this bath rock. And now we got to go ahead and texture it. The texturing is the most important part of this whole thing for very important reason. What we got to do is we got to make 2 textures for this guy. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and do our world settings, and I'm going to keep checking to make sure I'm not clipping my my recording. It's weird. I colored my hair blue, and my mother didn't like it, but my classmates said it looked bad. And ugly. My mom said she liked my hair. Okay, one more time. I didn't get that one. Your mom likes your hair, but your classmates don't? There we go. We're back to rock. So I can go to object settings, and now we just gotta make a rock. We're gonna make a rock nice and easy, as simple as we can. I do want to use this. So I don't want it to be too, like... I don't want it to be too simple. But I also want to kind of blitz through this. So what I'm going to do... Let's see here. I probably want to use, like, 2 Musgraves. I'm probably going to do a double Musgrave to make some extra colors and merge them together. She didn't like my hair, but when my classmates also didn't like it, she started liking my hair. I mean, I don't want to be the spoiler of things. I'm pretty sure she's being nice. I'm pretty sure she's like, you know, trying to help you with the way that your classmates treated you, which is very nice of her. Moms are good like that. Pretty sure she just didn't want you to be upset. That's good though. That's not something that you should pity. Her doing that is a very cool thing of her to do. Okay, so that is a pretty good looking texture. That's a very good looking texture. Can I add a bevel to it and see what that looks like? Give me a bevel. If I put an object on the bevel... No. Don't like it. Instead, we'll put an object on that one, and that looks pretty decent. That's kind of opaly, pretty nice. We can put a little bit of maybe gemstone in there. So I'm going to pop on one more. And what we want to do here is make a gradient. Like a really nice gradient. So I'm going to pop one into here. This one's going to be high density, but it's going to be smaller colors. So before we do that, let's make our actual rock. It's going to be like that. Mostly brown with a little bit of lighter gray right there. And I'm going to lower that scale down just a little bit more, and we should be good to go. That ain't half bad. I mean, it's definitely brave. I don't know if I'd get stuck on being brave. Being brave is more of a constant thing. You don't really prove being brave once and then you're done. So, I mean, it's just more a matter of how you feel on the inside. If you feel brave, then you're doing it, right? No problem. But I wouldn't get too caught up in the language of things, because if you get too caught up in the language, you're gonna prove yourself wrong, right? You're gonna end up not feeling that way in the end. So, you know, you wanna use a little bit of just a little bit of care when you're thinking about that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's like a river rock, right? I want to make this just a little bit blue. This is going to be like a nice little river rock for us. And actually, I kind of want this to be way darker. Sure. I mean, you should definitely be acting as a bastion to, like, help people do what they want to do. I think that's, like, a really good point. I just wouldn't get too caught up in the idea that, like, you don't really gain stuff from other people, and you shouldn't think about other people as, like, something to have gained from. I think at the end of the day, you are who you are, and that's kind of all that really matters. The more you associate with other people and you get worried about other people and stuff like that, the less you have to learn from, you know, the experiences that you've had. Okay, so I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking we want the dimension of that guy to be way sharper and way more subtle. So I'm going to drop this down to like 0.07, and now it's 0.04. And that's not a terrible looking rock. I kind of want those dark spots to show up a little bit more, and I think that's it. Let's push this up a little bit more, 0.002. 0.006. 0.03. There we go. 0.01. That'll do it. Exactly. Nor should you care what other people think. Who cares about other people? They got nothing on you. Let's make this one a little bit more of a green. And that way they should interact with each other. Oh wait, hold on. Wrong color. This one, a little bit more of a green. And they should overlap in kind of interesting ways. if I can find an overlap. Yeah, there's one. So there we go. So that's a river rock, right? So now we've made a river rock. We're going to want this thing to be pretty glossy. Maybe like that. Pretty nice looking. No, I think you're good. I think you've achieved everything you need to achieve. Like, I don't think there's really anything else to say about it. I think you're doing good. You should be, like, proud of the way you feel. Okay, so I'm gonna pop in a bump real quick here, and we're gonna have to export that bump very carefully. Wow. That looks good as can be. Okay, first off, we're inverting it. We want them to go down. Just like that. And I want the strength to be really low. Like really, really low. There we go. That's a river rock. We've done it. Dare I put sheen on it? No, there's no reason to put sheen on it. The roughness can probably go up just a little bit. Okay, so I think that's everything now. Now, what I want to end up doing here is I want to make a second one. So this is it. What kind of rock is achieve? I've never heard it. Wow. How dare you. Oh, wow. Our Discord updated really late today. I wonder if Streamboard's having a problem. Okay, so this is rock 1. We're going to save this as river rock. I'm double checking to make sure there's not a little extra that I want to add to this. The Discord was pretty late. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. That's very strange. Let's make like a bright red and see what this does. Bright nuclear red. Okay, so that does that. So if I'm feeling extra crazy, and you know we always are, let's add like a brown, like a desaturated brown thing right in here. Just to give it a little funk. Looks like a demon rock. It kind of did look like a demon rock. Kind of looked a little scary for a sec. But we're here. We're back. And honestly, I can live with this. 0.15. Cool. So that's a rock. That is a good looking rock. You liked it? No, we're not. We have to go sensible today. This isn't a quick sketch. This is going to go in a game. I got to keep it, it has to make sense. This is a serious one, unfortunately. Okay, so that's a rock, right? We've made a rock. Perfect. No problem. No harm done. We're good. So I have it saved as river rock. We have roughness, bump, color. Whoa. Sedated. Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to what is going to be, hopefully, a very informative and weird stream about Unreal. I want it as my Backroon Day? What is that? How was stream for you all? Okay, so I'm going to make a new one. Just like that. Actually, I should probably copy the river rock and go from there. So instead of river rock, this is going to be called dry rock. Hey, everyone take a drink. What'd you make? What was on the menu today for stream? Very good. Speaking of dry rock, have a sip. Wow. Perfect. Lots and lots and lots of maids. I mean, that's what you like to hear. Maids and sketches. Well, that's awesome. Good on you. Sorry I missed it. I kind of panicked this morning. This is my first Unreal stream. I've been using Unreal for a couple of weeks now. But this is my... Can I get a maid rock? Honestly, if you stay till the end, I'll make a maid rock. I'll make a rock with a dress on. No problem. That's probably going to be pretty easy to do. Okay, so I want like a dry rock. Best thing I can think of. I have to stay then. You know, this is how I capture everybody. This is how I get you. Let's do this, and I'm gonna pop a color node here, and grab another one and pop it up. Nope, not like that. Get out of here. Pop you up there. I think there's actually 2 right here. There are. So maid rock has been suggested. Bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Okay, so now we got like a femboy maid rock, is what I'm gathering from all of this. Poor guy's here. Hello, poor guy. I hope your financial situation is looking better. Again, I think you're secretly a lawyer who probably has like, you know, 200,000 in the bank right now, but I like your name nonetheless. So, so far, everything has been derailed, and we're gonna make a femboy maid rock by the end of stream. So that's life, I guess. Okay, so we need to see what we're doing, and I need to color it the correct colors, which is probably gonna be like this, and maybe like a sandy. I don't want to put too much green on it because it is dry. I don't want moss growing on the top channel. So we're going to do it like this. I was making explosions in Blender, so I'm probably not a lawyer with 20K in the bank. Honestly, I just watched a whole video about passive income for 3D artists, and you could make a hell of a lot of money doing this. You just have to be very smart about it. Okay, so distance to edge. Nope, not that. We want smooth to F1. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so randomness is up, but we want more of like a Manhattan. That'll do. Actually, we want this'll do. Right about there, and the scale is gonna get dropped. How? Basically, it comes down to setting up e-commerce to auto-sell assets. So, like, if you can automate the way that you make money, then you no longer have to be there for the transaction. And if you don't have to be there for the transaction, you can make bank. Okay, that'll do. Hello? What's the hello for? Did I miss something? I must have missed something. I got some clay, but it's so soft, but it's hard to make stuff with. Is it air dry? Because I know air dry is, like, not ideal if you're trying to make stuff. You know what? We're going to do it like this. I like this. We're going to scale this guy up. And we still have an object on here, but the object's not triggering. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now we just gotta color it correctly and make sure that it is... That looks about right. I don't know if I love this. This looks a little bit weird for me. So instead, let's bring this back. And I'm gonna merge, I'm gonna do an RGB merge for just a second. So let's pop in a... Maybe a wave texture. Waves could do it. Let's do a wave. Yes, but one in the shop said it was good to make things with, but it probably was a lie. I mean, they're probably paid minimum wage and they have no clue, like, they just want to get people out of the store as quick as possible. I mean, that's been me. I used to work at a craft store. I worked at Michael's Craft Store, if anybody is aware of Michael's Craft Store. I worked there for a long time, like 5 years. And, you know, when you get asked the same question 30 times in a row, eventually you just start giving weird answers. Eventually you're just like, I don't know, it's in the back somewhere, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying that's good. I'm not saying anybody should do that or that that's a nice thing to do or whatever, but I definitely did it. I definitely did it all the time. Okay, so we're gonna make some wavy little rock textures like this, and I'm gonna reverse them. Oh yeah, oh yeah, there we go. Refresh solve, for some reason Twitch hates me sometimes, you know. So I'm gonna slow one part every day. Yeah, as you should. This is gonna be a little complicated, I think. Thinking about how I'm gonna do this, I'm not sure. That looks pretty solid. Okay, I think I like that. And if we up our details and our distortion to max, and lower our scale down to like 0.1. That might be too much. Distortion down to like 40, 30. That's a rock. Cool, that looks like a dry rock to me. Looks pretty good. We up the white on it just a little bit. And I think that's a pretty good looking rock. That's a dry rock. It's very porous. We're gonna up the strength on this just a little bit to make it a little bit more porous. Make it look like pumice, like the Greeks are gonna clean themselves in the baths with it. And we're good. The roughness is high. I might even pop it up a little bit higher. Specular, probably pretty low. This is getting sexy. What are you talking about? Hold on. What are you calling sexy? It better not be my rock. I'm not standing for that. This rock is pure. Okay. So, this is what we're looking at, right? You got a rock. This is a dry rock. Now, I have a dry rock, and I have a river rock, which is just a fancy way of saying a wet rock. So, why did I do all this? Why did I do all this? I'll tell you why. Can you see this? You can. I'm going to export this. I'm going to export this as an FBX. Let's put it on the desktop. I'm just going to make a folder real quick. We're going to call this folder Bath Rocks. Kind of a iffy, debatable name, but we'll take it. And we're going to call this Bath Rock FBX. We can do Bath Rock 2 later if we make another one. So I'm going to export this. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to make all of my maps on this correct. So we're going to start by going into the UVs. We're going to grab all the UVs. They look literally perfect. They are as good as they can get. So we're going to take you, and I'm going to pop in an image texture. Right there. We'll take you. You're going to be River Rock. I should rename this. We're going to call you River Rock. Perfect. Now I'm going to go into... Yep, I'm going to go into my scene. We're going to do bake, and I'm going to bake each individual piece of this river rock. So let's call you River Rock Diffuse. We're going to go ahead and make that our diffuse. I'm going to bake it. Got a little loading bar up here. Very important. Make sure the stream doesn't die while I'm doing this. And we've now made a diffused river rock, theoretically. So if I go in here and I grab it, we've done it. We've made a texture. Baked rocks. You should make a pizza next. I have made a pizza oven. I have indeed made a pizza oven. I'm going to save this image as... We're going to... Okay, river rock diffuse.png. Excellent. Now I'm just going to double check that all of that worked. Oh, she looks beautiful. You want toast? Toast is like... Toast is really it. Toast is one of those things that you're like, this is it. This is life. This was invented for humans. Okay, so just a quick show. Here's the screen I'm looking at right now. We got our diffuse and our basic bath rock. Okay? Very important that we have both of these. I'm going to go ahead and fill out the rest of this. And we should be smooth sailing from here. So let's just keep the momentum going. I want to delete this, make a new one. We're going to save you as bath rock reflection. Oh, I named it wrong, didn't I? I did name it wrong. Hold on. We want river rock reflection. I'm going to double check that the other one's named correctly in just a moment here, but this'll do. Hey, thank you for the follow. Silken Coat. I've seen you somewhere. I must have seen you in Chaos's chat. Okay, so we're going to do the reflection map, which I am very silly. It's actually called roughness. That's fine. And we're going to bake that. And realistically, you know, this is going to be a little bit of a grind for just a sec here. When we're done, it doesn't look like anything. You know what? It's probably very simple reflections, so we'll just keep it as this. I'm just going to save it. No worries in saving it. So we're going to save you as River Rock Reflection. That's perfect. I've been there, but I've been using this name for years, so I could have been in Terra, Final Fantasy, a number of things. Hey, I played Terra for a really long time. That's possible. I saw you from Terra. I played a ninja. I think the ninja like combo system is really nice in Terra. Okay, so what do we want? We want roughness. We want roughness, normal. Normal's definitely next. Let's grab a normal. So we're gonna call you River Rock Normal. For anybody who might be a little confused as to what's going on, this is not my normal process. So I'm a little slow today. Apologies for that. But trust me, it will be worth it in like not too long from now. Because I got some cool stuff that I'm going to be doing. I feel like that didn't do anything. Sorcerer Papori Snow Leopard. Doesn't ring any bells, but it's very possible I've seen you before. Were you famous? Were you big on Terra? We baked this. Oh, there we go. Oh, we've done it. Perfect. Cool. Save as normals. And let's see if there's anything else that I'm going to want. I think that's all the data I want. I might go ahead and just save the glossy while we're here. So let's do glossy, and then we'll call it River Rock Glossy. The more information I have generated, the better anyway, so let's just go for it. I was bigger than I thought I was, apparently. I was on the RP server, and apparently being nice and helpful got me a good reputation. Well, that's cool. It's very possible I've met you then. I have no clue, man. Your name is very familiar to me, though. I've seen Silken Coats before. What if I made one purple rock? I could make a purple rock with our femboy. The femboy could be purple. Also, I hope femboy is not an offensive term. I feel very much that it is not an offensive term. People that I hang out with, people whose company I really enjoy, use that name lovingly for themselves. So I can't imagine they would be doing that if it's offensive, but, you know, just in case, I'm going to put a little disclaimer out there. I don't mean it offensively. It is very familiar to me, too. Shit, wonder if it's a Terra as well. It must be, right? Silken Coat, you're like a celebrity. You're a Terra celebrity. Depends on tone and context, absolutely. That's definitely the most important thing. Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing here. It's going to be called Dry Rock Diffuse. On a phone, so half lurking. Yo, no problem, Simo. Simo, I think I might be able to teach you something today. I learned something, and I hope I can help you with it. So, when you get a chance and you're back, let me know. Okay, so I am making the dry rock. So we are almost done with this, and then I'm going to pop an Unreal, and we're going to put a bunch of assets together, and we're going to cross our fingers that this works. Because I'm still not totally sure what I'm doing. That's the dry rock for sure. Yep. Save as dry rock diffuse. Perfect. And now let's really pump up the volume. Dry rock glossy. I'm going to save you as a glossy. Okay, we're going overdrive mode. I really wish there was a way to automate this. I'm sure there's a plugin or something that I could do to automate all this stuff, but I don't know. I'm new to this world. I'm a baby gazelle born from my mother trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. Whoa, the glossy map looks crazy. Look how loving everybody is. You guys are so nice to each other. I can't believe how nice you guys are to each other. I don't really care what you say to me, but the fact that you guys are nice to each other is very cool. This is going to be roughness. We're going to call this roughness, and we're going to bake it, and I think I just need normals, and I'm done. Finboy is fine, unless you use it to belittle someone. As always, context is important. Lurking for a bit, gonna go for my walk before the rain comes. Purple walking rock. Okay, I'm glad to know we're all on way different wavelengths. But enjoy your walk. I hope it's a good walk. I hope you see a little rabbit or some sort of little animal on your path. And if you don't, they're there. They're there in the background somewhere. We want normal. Mind me if I'm talking a little funny. I just had a popcorn kernel in my mouth that I've been working on all day, and it decided to finally come off. It's one of those good feelings. So, very happy to have that out of my mouth. Oh, look at that normal. Oh, it's perfect. Popcorn kernels are the devil? For sure they are. Like, popcorn was invented to be evil. Like, it's delicious and it hurts you. Okay, so I think we're here. I think we're looking good. Squish fish. Squish fish is you know, if it wasn't so easy to make out of the default emotes, I would add squish fish as an emote. Here's what I'm looking at. So we got everything. This should be everything we need. I love squish fish. He's so good. So we're going to stay on full screen. I'm going to go ahead and save this just in case we have a crash. Popcorn is edible cardboard. Oh, I love that. That truer words have never been said. Controversial, but true. Okay, so we want to go into levels. We want to remove the persistent level. Oh, I messed it up. Remove you. Grab you. Get rid of you. Cool. Now, what we want to do is we want to pop in our stones. So let's go into Object World. And let's pick up our little files here. And it should be pretty easy to import all this. If you made a squish fish, will it be more squished in the edit? Probably not. But I also haven't thought about it until you literally just asked. Do not create material. Something tells me I should do this, but we're going to go ahead and skip that for now. And I'm going to just make a custom material myself. This always happens. I don't know why. I'm sure it's a problem. I'm sure it's going to come back to haunt me one day. But we pop a rock into here. I need to add a light source. Fishy can get a flower crown? Yo. Let's add a light. How do I add a light? That's a good question. I have trouble with the basic stuff here in Unreal. I try to skip all the basic stuff as much as I can. A light. A light's going to be very important. Let's go ahead and... There we go. We want a point light, probably. Current level is hidden. Actor will also be hidden until level is visible? The heck you talking about? Will me saying random stuff help you with Unreal? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say absolutely not. But doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Okay, so if I'm here... Why is the rock... Is it because it doesn't have a texture? Must be because it doesn't have a texture. So let me try adding a default texture to it. We're going to see what that does. Oh yeah, we're good. Perfect. Cool. So I am back to normal. Don't need that light. We can go ahead and hide all this stuff. Ugh. Unreal is such an unusable work environment. Okay, so let's pop in everything. We're just going to bring all our boys in. Import it as a normal map. I appreciate that. Thank you. Rainbow Rock's the new emote. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one at all. Okay, so I got all these textures. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make a new material. And here's where the magic is going to happen. So all of this has been a lead up material. Okay, so I'm going to call you wet/dry rock. You cannot use that. So we're going to do wet-dry rock. Can't use that. Good. Wet, dry rock. There we go. There he is. Let's create him. So, what do we want? We're going to want, first and foremost, a lerp. Lerp 3 color. Correct? No, we want a lerp 2 color. I'm very new to all this. I apologize for any new weird stuff that I'm working on. What if in real life you walked on a rock and it just ate you foot? You know, that was probably the most CQDK sentence I've ever read in my life. Just gonna put that out there. That was probably one of the most you things you've ever said. Also, I'm realizing I don't remember what this node is called, so bear with me for one moment while I watch a muted YouTube video so I don't get a copyright claim. So I'm gonna check out... fun fact, what I'm doing right now is checking out a video by Stylized Station. They did a video on modular environments in Blender, and it is like the most informative thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So, what do I want? What's the node called? It's just called lerp. L-E-R-P. Yeah, what? Why can't I find it? Lerp interpolate. Okay, so we're doing an interpolation node. So I want this one. There you are. There he is. And it's going to go into base color, and we're going to copy and paste this a whole bunch of times. So you're going to be copy pasted. Copy paste. Copy paste. Okay, so we're going to have one into roughness, one into normal, and I don't see glossy anywhere. So I think we're going to skip the glossy. Okay, So with this, we are safe to pop that guy up, pop you in the middle, pop you down. And I think we're good to just get going. Value, value, value. Values are going to be... The value is going to be red on every single one. So I just need to pop in a vector red. Oh man. There we go. We want a red vector. Easy enough as that. Pop you into here. Pop you into here. Pop you into here. Okay. So last but not least, what I need to do, I'm checking my computer. My computer's making a lot of noise. I'm going to make sure that we don't kill our volume here for a sec. What we want is to bring in our maps. Okay. So I should have done it here instead. No. Never mind. How do I import a file? Assets. Browse the associated assets selected with the most recent content browser. That doesn't help me at all. How do I add an asset to this window? You can't just... Oh, yes, you can. Hey, there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop this up, and we're going to say that that is our roughness. Roughness is definitely one of the ones that we're working on. It is. So roughness, roughness. Diffuse, and diffuse. And then we got normal, and we got normal. Okay, so here is the magic. You've been very patient with me, and here's what the magic is. We have dry rock normal. I'm going to post all of this out to B. All of this out to A. I got... Which one are you? You're river rock. River rock's going to post up to A. She's frozen. There we go. We're back. You're up to here. You're up to here. I really don't need the real-time visuals, but I appreciate it, I suppose. Dry rocks here, and river rocks here. Okay, so let's see if I've done this right. What have I done? What have I done? Please work. Please work. I know you want to work. That doesn't look very good. Oh no. Oh no. That doesn't look very good at all. What have I messed up? I've messed something up. Mind me while I just look at the input here real quick. Oh, I see what I did wrong. I see what I did wrong. I see what I've done wrong. We don't want that. We want a vertex. Vertex color should pop in. There we go. And now I should be able to pop red up to here. Red into here. And red into here. And with this, we should be set. We'll wait for it to update for just a second. Please work. Please work. I know you want to work. People always say if you want to stream it, it'll be good with 3 screens. But what if you got 4? I mean, I stream with only 2 screens myself. I suppose I've never posted a picture or anything of my streaming setup. I could do that if you guys want that. But I just stream with 2 monitors. Just got 2. One here, one that I'm working on, and then you guys are over here. The stream froze for 1 sec. Yeah, it's kind of doing a lot. I apologize for any little laggy bits. I don't know why it's red. The red is pretty worrying. I'm going to put in RGBAs instead of just the RGBs, and we're going to double check that this doesn't solve the problem. Otherwise, I think we just kind of got to jump into it and see what we can work with. This is the fun of streaming things that you're not super confident about. Yeah, it's still red. How unusual. That's not how that's supposed to look. We got normal, normal, rough, rough, diffuse to diffuse. Okay, well, let's give it a try. Yeah, it does look like lava. It's actually very convincing lava. But it's not supposed to look like lava. It's supposed to look like a wet, dry rock. So I'm going to save this. We're going to back out of this. And we're going to pop this onto here. Wow, it looks not good at all. What? What happened? Okay, well, here's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to be able to do mesh painting. And I would paint red onto this thing. And when I paint red onto him... It's not even painting the mesh. Does this not like a default mesh? You're supposed to be able to paint red onto this, and when you paint red, it like changes it to this material. And so I would use like... You would use red paint to change between the wet and the dry. But it just hates this. So I've definitely messed something up. Which is a shame. Simo, that was what I was supposed to teach you, but clearly I didn't do a trial run before I started stream, which I didn't want to. So that's my failed attempt at making a river rock. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna pop back into Blender, and I'm gonna make some assets, and we're gonna pop some assets into here and do it the conventional way, and maybe at the end of stream I'm gonna come back and try this one more time. I'm gonna have to sit and analyze what I did wrong, because I followed it pretty much exactly. But that's that for now. So let's pop back into Blender. And let's make some assets real quick. So we got our little river rock. We can keep that to itself. You made a dead sun, Pog, save it. It's saved. We got it. She's not going anywhere. Okay, so we're gonna make some baths. When I think baths, I immediately think of those, like, Japanese buckets. So let's grab those little Japanese buckets real quick. I'm going to pop into Firefox. We're going to look up wooden bucket. Let's make one of these. Which one do we want? I like that. That's like the conventional style, right? Although, doing it all wood, I guess they're never all wood. Yeah, we'll make this one. This one's fine. What was up with your disk space, by the way? Thank you for asking. So, if anybody didn't catch it, yesterday, the stream just stopped working because I ran out of disk space on my computer. Turns out, VR chat... I've been playing VR chat lately. VR chat took up a ton of data. It, like, absolutely killed my computer. So I deleted all that. I uploaded a bunch of videos to YouTube and got them off my computer, so that got rid of a bunch. And this is going to sound really stupid. As somebody who has worked with computers my whole life, as somebody who has been a very computer-savvy person, this is very embarrassing to admit. I didn't know that your recycling bin took up storage on your computer. I thought that once you put an item in the recycling bin, it like decompressed it down to like almost no data. Obviously, there's still some data because like you can still retrieve the file. So there's got to be something there. But in my mind, I was like, it's not that much data. So I looked at my recycling bin, and my recycling bin had 100 gigs in it. Okay. So I instantly deleted that and solved all my problems. No, we want it all in one go. Yeah, so I deleted all that. That was a real joy. And then I was, now I'm down to 250 less gigs. So my hard drive caps out at, it caps out at 930. It's a terabyte drive, but obviously they have problems. They don't always go exactly to, like, high capacity. So it's supposed to be a 930 gig drive. It is now at 670. So problem is solved. I think we want to do 3 of these, but I kind of wish we only did 1. You can just Control-Shift-Delete. I didn't even know you could do that. So, again, the more you know. Yeah, I guess stuff like that has never come up before. I've never been, like, a big file guy. Like, my recycling bin auto-deletes stuff in 30 days. So the need to, like, go and delete it myself doesn't really exist. Because, it just goes. It just does what it does. So, this was very eye-opening now that I'm making, like, files that are, you know, several gigabytes each every time I stream. It's the fun of recording your streams. If I'm going to give any new streamers a fun fact, just because you can compress your videos at a lower rate doesn't mean that you should. I'm using the CQD, CKD, whatever compression algorithm, and I had it set to 14. Don't do that. Set it to like 20. You're gonna lose a little bit of quality, but nobody's gonna know. And if YouTube is making you enough money that you care, buy a better hard drive. That's my advice to any new streamers out there, is don't get too ambitious with your recording size. Okay, so I want a circle, right? That's terrible. I want... We're just going to pop these guys open. Pretty sure it has a wrong hotkey, muscle memory and all that. Yeah, no worries. I'm deleting a lot, and I only got 0 to 119. What do you mean? What are you talking about? What does that mean? Okay, so I think using a subsurface on this is probably overkill, but I do care about the way it looks, so let's go for it. Also, you hear that audio crunch? I don't know what that was. That's all I got. The gigabyte I got. You mean on your hard drive? I got like a crazy computer. My computer I made 6 years ago, and it still is like top of the line. Like this computer bangs pretty hard. There we go. Let's say 0.95. We're going to add a little bit of a round on that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, you know, 119 gigabytes. That's pretty good. For me, like, the mark of a computer is how many games you have installed at any given time. On this computer, I had Destiny, Phantasy Star, and like a couple of other big games all installed at one time. And my computer was like, oh, I'm done. So that was sort of the mark that, like, I should chill out a little bit. But otherwise, who cares? Also, I think I want to bevel this. So we're going to leave that flat on the bottom. And now we're going to grab just you guys. And we're going to bevel you. I'm going to say probably... Whoop, not that. We're going to say probably like 0.9. Or maybe even like 0.75. Let's do 0.4. 0.4 should be good. What GPU? I got a 1070. She slays everything. I don't have a problem running literally anything. Like, could it be better? It could probably be a little better, but like, has never come to me. Want to say hello to my friend? Yeah, no worries. You have yourself a good time. I think we're going to want these guys to be creased instead, and then we should be good to go. It looks a little mushy for me, honestly. You know what? I got a better way to do this. Let's finalize the sketch instead. Instead of doing this, I'm going to go ahead and apply. We're going to go back to edit. And I'm going to finalize our sketch. So we're going to do it like that, and that, and that. That, and that, and that. We'll go ahead and do you guys just like this. And that doesn't look half bad. Now we can grab all these guys. We don't need all that. That doesn't matter. It can be straight flat all the way down. The outside of this could use it a little bit. I think we're probably looking all right for the most part. These two can go. No, we'll keep those. Those look nice. Maybe one just in the middle. That's pretty solid. Okay, perfect. And we'll remove this outer guy and we should be good. That is a decent enough looking barrel to me. You're never going to get close to this thing, so that should do. I do want to auto the normals. Just like that. I could sit and I could bevel this. I can make this look a little nicer, but I think it's fine the way it is. So we're going to leave it like this. And I'm going to recalculate the UVs. Whoa. The 1000 series is still pretty banging. Got a 1080 Ti. Yo, big money here. I bought it like a month before the announcement of the RTX cards, but wouldn't have been much of an improvement. Yeah, I mean, the 1080 Ti is like crazy, man. That's like the card. Let's go ahead and smart project our UV. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Smart. 60%. That's pretty bad looking. We want maybe like a cylinder projection. I mean, it's not bad. The 3000 series slays them pretty hard. Yeah, but I mean, how new is that, right? Like, you're looking at a completely different setup. What the heck is this UV? No, not happening. What are we gonna do here? The cube project might do it, but I'm worried about overlapping all of our textures. So I'm thinking, unfortunately, we just have to smart, and let's try a 90 instead. This should be all right. When we procedural this, it should be fine. We're gonna use object instead of UV coordinates anyway. So it shouldn't be too bad once we have it all set up. Optics would be nice though for rendering. I mean, yeah, everything would be better, right? Like, if somebody was like, hey, I'd like to buy you a $2,000 graphics card, I'd be like, yeah, sure, no problem, but I'm not gonna do it on my own. I'm not about to take that. If I was making like, you know, $1,000 a day on Twitch, every second that I spent rendering would matter, but we're nowhere near that right now, so who cares? We're just chilling. We're gonna do like that, and we're gonna do like this. That's actually a pretty good set right there. We're gonna reduce the cuts on them, probably like right there. And let's pop in a wave texture. And we got ourselves a bucket. So one thing that's been very clear to me lately with 3D modeling is I think I need to start taking this a little bit more seriously when I start doing like edits like this. I have an idea for providing assets to people who want to make games that don't want to make their own assets. And I think I want to start getting into that. I think I want to start making assets. I can't give somebody this. This is not this is not quality. This would not be a nice thing to receive if you're like a new game developer. Also, I probably want a little bit less. Yeah, we don't want to do all that. We want to lower our distortion down to like 4. And we want our detail way higher. Simo, I'm surprised you don't do that. I'm surprised you don't make assets and stuff. That seems so up your alley. Let's see. We want to kind of splay this out. Yeah, we're gonna have to redo our we're gonna have to redo some vector stuff for sure. Or not vector, UV stuff. Let's up our distortion just a little bit. I'm not worried about color yet. We're gonna get to the color in just a second. First and foremost, I gotta get this thing to work, and I kind of think I'd have to make a texture from scratch, which I don't love. If we pop in UVs instead... Oh, actually, that's it. We're good. We're set. That looks perfect. Oh, she looks great. Okay, cool. So now let's pop in a gradient node real quick. I'm going to put in a gradient up on here. And the gradient is going to get the same color ramp, but way darker. Let's see what that looks like. Definitely looks a little bit weird. So the gradient is not as nice looking. Object looks pretty good. Object's perfect. We're going to do the object. Gradient between this and that. That'll work for me. We're going to do like an orange. Like that kind of color right there. And the white just needs to be a little bit darker. So theoretically, I should just be able to color burn this into that. Which makes me think I should probably change... Oh gosh. Oh gosh, am I going to do this to myself? Hold on. Let's do a test. If I do a color burn... That's terrible. We go black... We go white, no saturation. And I go... It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's a little weird looking. That'll do. Okay. Okay. So we're here. First and foremost, let's make the correct bump, and then I'm gonna fix the way this looks. It looks a little too weird to me. So we're gonna put a bump on here. On height. Normal onto normal. Looks good to me. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna drop the distortion down to like nothing. Actually, we want the distortion high, we want the detail low. Detail to 1. Detail scale to 1. That is way too much. Okay, so let's go back to 1. 1's gonna do it, and then we're gonna pop in a noise, and I think the noise is gonna take over. So if I do this, and I pop in a noise, so straight to noise. Look at her. She's gorgeous. I mean, that looks pretty good. If I lower the distortion down just a little bit, we're looking pretty good. Now I want to darken these guys, which means we're probably going to want a little bit less of the white. And the fact that it is that color is pretty bad. Let's make him brown. Let's make you this off yellowy color. And now we're just going to compromise until we get something we like. Have I messed it up? Does it look too bad? Does it look too weird? Having trouble wrapping my brain around this one. Oh. We're here. Yep, there he is. There he is. Now we've done it. Detail down to 1. Detail up to like 4. There's that green again. Scale down to like 0.5, and I think that is pretty good. Now I'm starting to think maybe we should just like keep the geometry pretty low poly to simulate this. Which is a shame that I've done it the way that I've done it. So, tell you what, we're gonna redo the geometry real quick and really stick to this. So I'm gonna just go ahead and we're just gonna dissolve a whole bunch of this. Apologies for, you know, just being myself. Always doing weird stuff around here. That is pretty good looking. Yeah, you know what? We'll redo the handles too. Who cares? Let's just go ahead and get rid of all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete some of those vertices. Delete you. We should be solid. Simo, have you been using Unreal enough to have, like, formulated opinions about it? Or, like, what's your expertise on Unreal? My question, I suppose for anybody, is how good is Unreal at just doing water by itself? Should I be making water in Blender and then exporting it? Or should I go for it in Unreal? Because I know, like, terrain you want to do in Unreal. You don't want to do it in Blender. We'll do it just like that. Look at that. Might even make that a little bit skinnier. That ain't half bad. I might... You know what? I just did this, but I'm going to go ahead and pop one of these guys into here. And we're going to smooth that to 1. That's terrible. Let's not do that. Instead, I'm going to grab all of these guys like that. And now we will scooch them out. Just like that. That's looking pretty solid. Last time I streamed, I sculpted a thing and ended up redoing it with procedural shaders. What? Sorry, what? What do you mean? Okay, so we want to inset the hole. And I think we should be pretty solid to go. I'm debating... Do the water in UE. Okay, yeah, we'll do it that way. So I'm trying to make the barrel, like, lid part. I'm thinking we only really need to do a couple of these. And now we're going to do our best to make these into circles. So if I bridge, and we grab you, and we bridge. And the inside is super weird for some reason. Why does it look so weird? Why does it look crazy weird? Tell you what, we're gonna dissolve some of these edges, and we're just gonna redo the edges ourselves. So like water and stuff, I'm gonna have to learn how all of that works. That's the stuff in Unreal that I'm really like, I cannot wrap my brain around. I'm not even that great of a modeler. I mean, realistically speaking. And so when it comes to like, yeah, you got to use the environment of Unreal to make water. I'm like, it doesn't have a 3D modeler. Like, what does that even look like? Oh, referring to me earlier trying things on stream? Honestly, I'm not even embarrassed by it anymore. Like, being a big dummy on stream is my brand. I enjoy it. I like learning. I like, not only do I like learning and all that sort of stuff, but I sort of like being the guy that gets to test run for everybody. Like, if I didn't do it, who would? I'm sure there's somebody who would like to, but I'm the one who's doing it, so no problem. I got no humiliation. I'm not scared of whatever's going on, so I'm more than happy to be the guy that just like makes mistakes. Okay, so theoretically, what I did last time was not the most efficient way to do this. So instead, I'm gonna go every other, and if I do this correctly, we should be done. That should be auto, right? That should work. Looks good enough to me. Cool. We'll go ahead and J that, J that, J that. We'll do the same thing here. And now it should be an easy fix to just grab all of this. Like that. And pull these guys back and hopefully have a little bit of proportion. I think that looks pretty good. I think we're gonna call it right there. Is it a little low poly? It does look a little low poly, but I guess the real world object also kind of looks weirdly low poly. That's an interesting thought. Like, what stuff in the real world is just low poly? Because there's a lot of stuff in the real world that people just make, like, whatever, it's simple. We're gonna extrude up, and that's our barrel. She's done. I suppose if we're feeling extra froggy, let's go ahead and put on a bevel modifier with like 3 segments. That looks infinitely better. Yo, that's it right there. That's 100% it. That's how we do it. Okay, cool. And I'm going to go ahead and lower the amount to like 0.075. Turns out the bevel is a lot smaller than I thought it was, so we'll do right there. There's no overlap here anymore. Oh, there's one. We're going to want to grab a auto smooth. No. Perfect. Cool. That's a barrel. Done. So let's pop in our nodes. Oh. Look at it. Look how beautiful she looks. I've never seen a better barrel in my life. And by barrel, I mean bucket. Oh, she's gorgeous. Wow, that looks so good. Let's double check the UVs real quick. Wow. Oh, we've screwed the UVs up royally. But should be easy enough to fix if I go like that. That's a pretty bad looking UV setup. Let's change that just a little bit. Oh wait, I should apply our bevel. There we go. Now we just redo the smart and we're gonna say 66. And there she is. She's smoothing, she's grooving, she's ready to go. Oh, the way that they come out. I mean, it's a little... Okay, I see the seam, but like... I don't hate it. Now, where is that red coming from? The red is... that one right there. So if we put it to like white... Where's yellow? Why can we not get yellow? I guess red is going to have to be the best that it can be. And now the gradient. The gradient's the one that I'm a little weirded out by. I want to try using a bevel on the gradient, and then I think we got a perfect little bucket here. So let's do that. Okay, nope, never mind. Let's not do that. Looks terrible. We want... maybe a parametric is too much. That is too much. I think we're just going to stick to the object settings. So we'll do it just like that. And we'll call her. Oh, she's so gorgeous. Actually, I know what I want. I want to add a mapping node right here. Pop that up. We're going to rotate her just a little bit, make her look a little crazy. And change the scales down to 0.5. And that's too much. 0.8. Just enough to get a little bit of that fade. Like a... There we go. Get me out of there. Perfect. So that is our barrel. Done. That inside looks pretty bad, but everything else looks pretty good. So let's pop her into some water. So we're going to repeat the same process as before. We're going to make ourselves a nice little texture real quick here. I don't think you can import textures, right? When you're importing textures into Unreal, you have to do it independently, right? You can't just, like, go for it. I'm not sure. I'm gonna give this a shot real quick. So we're gonna hit save. We're gonna go into edit mode. We're gonna name this bucket underscore diffuse. You're gonna be our diffuse. And we're gonna bake you. And we're just waiting for the bake. Wow, it's already been an hour and a half. I'm so sorry for what I'm making people watch. Nothing like watching a fool just blunder their way through some 3D modeling. Honestly, you all are heroes. Okay, so we're gonna save... You can import textures, but not shaders. That's not exactly what I meant. What I mean is you can't auto, like if I save this as an FBX, I can't automatically pull all the textures with it. You have to do them separately, like the way that I'm doing right now, right? A better question would be, is there a better way to do what I'm doing right now? We're going to call this normal, and I think we only really want the normal and the diffuse. Like, obviously there's more things that are being attributed to this, but I don't think it matters too much for what we're doing. So I'm going to save this as bucket normal. And we're going to hit up our UVs. We're looking good. Save as bucket normal. And then we go to minimum, come to here, remove this empty. I'm going to save real quick, remove the river rock, and we're going to export you as an FBX. I'm starting to think I might have done the rock wrong by having the Z's reversed, but we'll get there. So we're here, and I can bring River Rock back. And if I go to my folder, we have the bucket. Perfect. Okay, let's go to Unreal. So, what are we looking at? Texture is an image file, so you have to bake the shader material into a texture. Yeah. So there's no way around it, is what I'm asking. Like, there's no way to, like, not do that. You have to go through the whole process. Okay, we're gonna want bath bucket here. Feel free to import. It might be upside down. We can fix that ourselves, though. That should be easy enough. And we'll plug those two in. And this is a real mess, but that's okay. Let's throw the bucket in. Again, it has no lighting data, which is crazy. I think all we want to do is make ourselves a material. Call it wooden bucket. Wooden underscore bucket. And we'll get going. So just pop that up in there, pop that up in there. Go back to full screen. Base color. Let's use RGBAs, why not? You could just make only the models in Blender and make the shaders in UE. No, I get that. I'm saying if I want to export shaders, there's no way to, like, generate each of these maps fast. I have to do them all individually. Look at that. Okay, we're good. We're looking solid. Save it. Double check that my computer's not blowing up. Streamlabs is giving me 15% CPU. I'm thinking I might not do Unreal Live moving forward. It's a little intensive. It kind of kills my PC a little bit. Also, this guy looks so good. He just doesn't have any light on him. There are baking plugins. That's what I'm asking for. Okay, cool. So I'm going to look into getting some baking plugins, I think, in the future. Okay, so we want to add a light to this. Oh, there we go. We've done it. Oh, the fidelity needs some work. She's a little low quality for me. So we'll look into maybe up-resing this later. But this is just going to be a little test for us. Let's go ahead and grab you. You're hidden. Okay, so what we want is water. Also, whatever this is, goodbye. Actually, we'll just pop you up. And now, I don't mind the template floor being there. That's all right. Actually, I can just delete the template floor. We don't want that. I'm not using a floor. I'm going to be using like a weird terrain collision box. So we should be good. Okay. So now, the goal is to make water. So let's go ahead and actually not delete that floor real quick. Okay, I guess the floor is going to stay deleted, so I will make a new floor with geometry, meshes, template floor. There he is. And now we're going to pop a little bit of water on this thing, and we'll call it a day. So the question remains, how do I make water? I kind of think I could use another floor. Or maybe even just the floor by itself. I'm not sure yet. Man, going back and forth between Unreal and Blender is not an easy feat. The way that this navigation works is abysmal. I'm gonna have to look into ways to change it or like reprogram it or something. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and make some water. Simo, if you have any wisdom for me, I would very much appreciate it. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna kind of go for it. We're gonna go for landscape. Yep, I see. We're good. Skip tutorials. Oh wait, we don't want landscape. Hold on. Instead of landscape, I want... No, I do want landscape. And we're just going to compile shaders here for a sec, so that's going to be great. What am I doing? Render landscape. Create new. Create. This could be the part where I blow up my computer. Hey, there we go. Place actor water body? Do you think that'll work? I feel like that shouldn't work. But we'll give it a shot. Okay, so tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and pop this down. we're in this bounding box right here, and I do already have a collision box set up from a previous thing I was working on. So if I place actor water, where is he? Where is he? We're gonna want, here we go. Foliage, might be landscape, miscellaneous. Materials and textures. Volume, I definitely don't want to render it as a full volume. That's gonna kill my computer. Paper 2D. You know what? Let's try it as a landscape. I'm gonna go back to landscape, and we're gonna say that we want. Okay, so this is for. Oh, here we go. Hydro erosion simulates erosion caused by rainfall. So I don't totally care about this, but we can do some pretty crazy stuff. I actually love these tools. These tools are awesome. This is what Unreal is made for, is like doing all of the wild, wild stuff. But we want water. Add components to... Nothing. I don't even know what it's adding. It just says brush size 1. Cursor shows a green wireframe where new components can be added. Okay, I see. So we're going to add a component right there. Oh, it did nothing. What the heck? Gonna go have a fun stream? Yeah, no worries. I'll catch you next time, man. I think we'll be back to normal 3D modeling on Monday. This might be a little much for stream. Not that I'm against it. I sort of like doing all this crazy stuff, but probably in our best interest to focus down a little bit more on stream and be a little bit more productive than this. Mesh painting. Switches foreground and background objects. Yeah, this is too crazy. Tell you what. This is gonna be the Unreal portion of the stream done, is what I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna switch back to Blender. Let me go ahead and kill the Unreal file so it stops jumping my my peaks. And we're gonna switch to just making some assets real quick. We got about 50 minutes until we're gonna be making that maid rock. So let's make some assets. What do we want? We want a bath. So for a bath, we're gonna want... Oh, every time you close Unreal, Epic decides to do a little pop-up. There we go. We're gonna want probably like a brush. Let's do a bar of soap. You know what? Bar of soap is like exactly what I'm feeling right now. I want a bar of soap. So we're gonna pop down a little bar of soap here. I'm gonna grab 2 of these guys. Bring them up. Bring them to the sides. We're gonna grab 2 of these guys. And we're gonna bring them to the sides. And now I just need to grab each of these edges and pull them in. Actually, they come out a little bit, so let's do it that way, and then we should be good. So if I switch this over to There we go. That's a bar of soap. That's a bar of soap right there. Yo. I might want to try and deform it a little bit, but I'm a little bit worried that if I do that, I'm going to get too stuck into it. So I'm going to do it a little bit more manually. Just like that. Just a little bit. Just enough to show that it's been used. One side is always a little bit thinner than the other. Just like that. Okay, perfect. That's a bar of soap. That's literally a perfect bar of soap. Let's do this thing. So, when you're thinking about soap, soap comes in a lot of different flavors. What do we want? Let's Google some soap. I'm gonna look up some soaps. The soap that I use is like an African black salt soap, something or other. African black soap. What is this? My soap looks exactly like this. It's actually that exact brand. This is the soap I use. So we're gonna keep this one up. I'll save you. What's like the default soap? Isn't there like the default really boring like mint green? Yeah, that's the default. Oh, careful. Those are pretty nice looking pieces of soap. I might grab one of those. Joe, what kind of soap do you use? I feel like you got a crazy answer for me. Joe is either the person who is like, I let the water run over me, or you got like some grapefruit, coconut. Yeah, okay. Body wash. What is it though? What flavor? I love this like swirly stuff. I think I'm gonna try and make a swirly soap. We'll do like oats. Okay, I'm gonna put oats in it and I'm gonna put swirls in it. That's how we're doing this. Whatever smells good when I'm out shopping. I am a huge sucker for patchouli. I know it's like hippy dippy stuff and like only weirdos use patchouli, but I love patchouli. I am such a fan. It is just magic, whatever it is. It's like a weird little herb. Okay, so I think we want a Verneuil. If we pop a Verneuil onto here, and we switch to... That doesn't do exactly what I wanted it to, did it? That'll do. Okay, cool. So now we're going to pop on a color ramp. We're going to switch everything over to just little bits. Like that. And now I'm going to scale that down to like 30. I mean, that... I've never been more accurate in my life. That is going to pop into our bumps. And we're going to invert it to make them come out a little bit. I kind of want to make them a little bit more spiky. So I think I'm going to try and add maybe like a musgrave on top of that. Size 1. Danger soap. What is danger soap? What does that mean? I've missed something. I don't know what danger soap means. Spiky soap? Spiky soap is it. You want to exfoliate. I like spiky soap. Okay, well this definitely is not it. Go big or go home? I mean, like, I'm a large person. I'm a pretty big guy. I'm 6'2", and I'm just kind of broad. And so every time I do anything, my body's like, oh, you're a ship docking on harbor. Here's like a bunch of barnacles. And so every time I get in the shower, I'm like scrubbing off what is effectively like the underside of a dock. I know what that's like. Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's just an infinite problem. The purist in me hates it because I'm like, I just want to be done. Like, where's the pill that I swallow to stop being dirty? I hate to use Musgrave because we use Musgrave for basically everything, but that does look so much better. So we're going to take that. And that is going to be our bump set up correctly. We can put the Musgrave up here. Now let's do the wavy. I'm going to pop on a wave here. Hey, Joe, I haven't asked in a while. I apologize for that. How's work been treating you? It seems like you've been hanging out in chat a little bit more than usual. Is work treating you all right? You a little bit less busy than you used to be, or are you just like managing your time a little bit more differently than you used to? I feel like there was a long period of time where you like, I can't talk, work is crazy. I made some progress on the witch, not much, but some. Yo, can you post it in oh, you're at work, aren't you? I mean, if you can, could you post a picture of it? Just heck work is all. I get it. As somebody who has had a very weird career and has probably made some less than informed decisions towards my workplace, I get it. I get it entirely. If I drop this distortion down to like 6, and I do like that... Oh, nope, that's too little. Scale is 2. Distortion is 20. Detail is 2. Yeah, if you would like to post your witch in the Discord, I would love to show it off. As intimidating as that might sound, I mean, that's like, I would love to. Eventually, TM? Okay. We'll wait. We'll wait. We're patient. Okay, so here we are on the final little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put in a mix RGB on here. We're going to overlay the spikes on top and give it an add. Not like that. We want... That'll probably do it. So now we're going to color them. So let's put on a color ramp to you. You are oatmeal. So we want bright red, bright blue. We want a lot less of the red and more prominent red. And then this is gotta be bright green and bright purple. Okay, the way that they overlap like that is not lovely. So instead, let's do it like this. We're gonna pop you over here. This guy has got to be dark. And instead of linear light, we're going to do add or mix. That'll do. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to oatmeal this guy. That's pretty good. Okay, cool. So now all I need to do is grab a white, like that color, and we're gonna want, what are we making today? That's a hard question to answer. We tried something in Unreal. We had a little bit of a fail. So now we're making bath stuff. Just all sorts of random bath stuff. So I'm currently making a little bar of soap. You know, the more I look at this, the more I'm like, that... she could use some work. Did I get too precautious with this? I think I got a little too crazy. I hope it's made out of natural ingredients. It doesn't look that way right now, does it? I'll tell you what we really need. We're really going to need a little bit of this. Oh, it's obvious to me now. I just had to put that in. Now it's super obvious what it is. It is... also, I want to probably put that as my factor. Reverse them. Reverse them like this. Are you creating the texture itself on Blender? Haven't used Blender before. To be honest, best bars of soap I've gotten have been the homemade stuff from Renaissance fairs. That's true, though. Ren fairs rock. I love Ren fairs. I am creating the textures in Blender. Uncomfortable person. Do you do 3D modeling in anything else? Or are you just here for the art? Have I asked you that already? I don't remember if I've asked you. There's been a lot of people asking lately. Okay, so that's our oatmeal. I mean, it looks a little weird, the oatmeal looking like that. I'm kind of thinking we should definitely go for, like, the strong oatmeal-y color. Like that, and maybe I should lower the detail a little bit. I use Maya's ZBrush, but only have textured in Substance. Yeah, so I'm basically doing everything in Blender right now. If I had access to Substance, I think I would probably use Substance over Blender. But Blender has a pretty good set for editing textures, honestly. They're pretty nice. You just gotta know how the nodes work. Okay, so we're gonna probably pop it in like that. Once we get the colors right, that should be fine. And now, this is very obvious to me. It's amazing how much you can do in Blender. Saves a lot of money, too. Yeah, I mean... I think what we're seeing in the world, if I can be so bold as to be philosophical, I think what we're seeing in the world is the way things used to be was, in order to be successful, you had to have a bunch of money behind you. And sometimes that meant you needed to be, like, a big company. Sometimes that means that you needed a publisher, or you needed to, like, license or get angel investors or something like that. And so when you look at the tools that people were using, money didn't matter because money was such a marginal thing. You either had it or you didn't, period. And now, most of the talent that's coming out of the world comes from individualism. That's not to say that companies aren't making things, but the people who are working for the companies are more characters than they used to be. Right? People that are making the art that you like have names, and they care about what they're doing in a way that the industry used to not favor. And so I think it's very important that, like, the tools that we're using are slowly converting to that new lifestyle as well. And so it's this weird grace period where it's like, as an individual, I have to pretend, quote unquote, that I'm a corporation to make art. even though I'm not using corporate tools and I'm not acting like a corporation from like a fundamental standpoint. So eventually I'm hoping that individual rights get strong enough that people can make things as individuals, and copyright law and stuff will be decreased a little bit for people that aren't making $1 million a year. Like, the whole YouTube situation with how you get sued for making YouTube content is like, what? That's crazy. Like, a child can theoretically get on YouTube, post a video, and then get, like, a cease and desist from a company. When has that ever happened? Like, in what timeline is that supposed to be normal? It's very weird. So I'm starting to think the oatmeal is, like, not gonna do it. So let's try real quick. Let's back off of this for just a second and pop this on over here. And we're gonna invert a very boring dystopia. It is kind of just like a boring dystopia, isn't it? Like, it's not as fiery as you would like it to be. I think it's just so weird how, like, how based on classic corporation the world is. And it's fine. In no way am I, like, down with the man. I guess I'm kind of down with the man, but I'm like, I want to start a company, right? Like, my goal one day, eventually, TM, is to start a company. So I'm like, I'm with it. I get it. I get that, like, you know, you got to do what you got to do, and you got to pay for it, and you got to pay for your tools, and you got to do this and that. But, like, I'm not there right now. I shouldn't be treated like that right now. I shouldn't be compared to corporations as an amateur. I think that's strange. There's very few bastions for like indie creators, despite how like prominent the indie scene is. Also, I'm looking at this and I'm starting to think that something weird happened. There we go. There he is. That looks bad. That just looks too sloppy. Let's lower the strength a lot on this. I'm kind of thinking I might just pop in a wave texture as we did before. It's very hard to succeed as an indie developer. For every successful venture, there are 10,000 failed ones. Yeah, it's hard to quantify how much of that is real. Like, how many people fail as a result of, like, not trying hard enough or not taking the work as seriously as they should have. That's something I struggle with. I'm like, there's always going to be naysayers who are upset when they're the ones who themselves who are not putting in the effort that they should be putting in. But it's like that divide, right? How many of those people are trying really hard? How much can we hold people accountable to? Stuff like that. I don't know. That's a lot of stuff where, like, people get manipulated by all sorts of different sources. This person says this, and this person says this, and you don't know what's real anymore. From my experience, I think most people that try end up making money somewhere, if not from the thing itself, from like opportunities that arise as a result of doing so. But it's really difficult to draw that balance. I think once you can deliver any kind of product, a big thing is marketing, placement, and some of it being the right place at the right time. Totally, that's what I'm saying. If I make a game and the game fails, but the game is good by my standards, it shouldn't be too hard for me to then go and get a job somewhere. Now, do I want a job somewhere? That's a different question. And that's where people's, like, feelings get hurt and people think of failure in very specific ways. But, like, theoretically, a portfolio is a portfolio. The more I look at this soap, the more I hate this soap. Oh, I know what's wrong with this soap. I haven't been fixing it. Yeah, it really depends on what kind of person you see as success. Doesn't always need to be money-based. Exactly. I think a certain amount of money is, like, absolutely important to anybody in the world. Like, we require money as creatures of capitalism. But how much money you need? That's a hard one to answer. A certain amount of money equals comfort and accessibility. But there's a capping point. There's a point where that stops being true. I think the conventional wisdom is the average person, like, you receive no extra happiness if you make over 80,000 USD a year or something like that. I think that's the conventional wisdom. And so it's like, if you're making less than 80,000 a year, yeah, money's really important. You should care a lot about money. You should be working for it. But, like, any more than that, I don't know. I have a hard time really identifying with people who make, like, a butt ton of money. Whenever I meet people who have the same financial wealth as me, who are like, I can't wait to be as rich as Elon Musk, or I wish I was, or whatever, I'm like, what are you going to do with that money? What are you spending money on? I buy food, I travel, sometimes I fix my car, and I buy a new computer. Like, that's not that expensive. Man, the more I look at this, the more I'm, like, freaking myself out. I think it's good. I think it's actually good. I think we just don't want this bump map. Peaches and cream scented soap. I love that. It should open doors, not reach dynastic wealth. Exactly. Completely agree. Especially as an artist. If you're an artist and you're making like a butt ton of money, I feel like you start running into weird competition, weird like, are you doing the right thing arguments? And not that you can't make a bunch of money as an artist. I'm not trying to hold people back. Like, that's definitely not my place in the world. But I do wonder sometimes, like, what is the capping point for me personally? Let's call this peaches and cream soap. I like peaches and cream soap. That's good. I'm gonna make a pumice stone. Let's make a pumice stone real quick, and then we'll be ready for the speed sketch. Wonder if you can turn it into a loofah. Nova. You and me are on the same wavelength. We're on the same wavelength. Let's do this thing. A loofah. Loofah, loofah, loofah. This is going to get pretty hard pretty quick. I'm going to have to displace it, which I don't love using displacements, but I do love that idea, so I'm doing it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to min first. We're going to remove the soap. We're going to make a cylinder. How much for an awoo from you? What? Can you ask the question in a different way? I don't exactly know what that means. Yeah, but like, what is that? What do you want me to do? Because I don't exactly know what that means. I'm going to displace it later. Let's just do the basic conversion first. Yeah, an awoo could be anything, right? Like, I have no clue what that means. Let's see here. A mousetrap with cheese. Okay, well, this is going to get complicated pretty quick. An awooga? I could do an awooga for free. I'm going to, like, break my mic. Hold on. What on earth are you all talking about? I don't even know what an awoo means. I can't help you there. Like, I know like an awoo and the culture and all that stuff, but what is the exact action? Okay. You just gotta say awoo. I've been saying that like 100 times. So you got it for free, I guess. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna back away from my mic. Oh, I'm gonna kill my voice. Ooga! There we go. I've embarrassed myself. I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen. I've embarrassed myself. I'm not saying it right? Okay, well tell me how to say it. Joe, how much for you to do an awoo? Okay, we're gonna do a wave. I didn't actually embarrass myself. I'm actually feeling pretty good about that awooga. It was not the best awooga I've ever done in my life, but it was pretty good. I feel like I might have clipped my mic a little bit. You have to say it right, and I'll say it. I don't even know how to say it. You know what? No. I'm good. I have way too much like latent dominant energy to do an awoo. We're gonna make the ends a little bit more orange, and we're gonna go for it. Pretty decent, I'd say. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the VOD to see what it sounded like. I have no clue. Okay, so we are here. That is perfect. We're going to distort this quite a bit. Hey! Thank you for the gift sub. Junie now has a gift sub. How fitting. Only real dominant super masculine men can do good awoos. Joe, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie with you right now. You almost tricked me into doing it. You almost tricked me into doing it. I was about to be like, oh, okay, and then just do it. That was some weird reverse psychology you just did. Okay, so we're gonna want Y? Yeah. So one's this way, one's that way, and we push them together using a slightly different algorithm like that. Roughness is high, roughness is high. And we're gonna want... What are we gonna want? Overlay? Not overlay, we're gonna want add. Is that gonna work? Let's try this. We want height. Height goes to here. Why does it look so bad? I can do a pretty solid awoo, and I'm nowhere near being super masculine. Don't tell Red that. The real man can do it works in so many situations, like a really high success rate usually. I don't normally fall for it, but something about the way you said it just got me. And I was like, oh, I could do it. You came close to getting me, man. Junie, I know you so well that I know you could probably do like the best awoo that anyone here has ever experienced. Like if anybody has mastered it, it's you. You're getting close? I mean, you're not gonna get it. Also, I made what I considered to be a loofah, but I'm realizing it isn't gonna displace as much as I want it to. I'm kind of like, what if I went nutso? You get nothing. You get nothing. So instead, I'm just gonna make a loofah. We're gonna go ahead and put the roughness to max. It's got no reflections. It does have sheen, good tint, no clear coat, and specular to like 0.01. And then the subsurface is this. So we'll say the subsurface is 2. Oh, that's a lot of subsurface. That's a lot of subsurface. Loofahs have 3 holes in the middle. Yeah, I'm going to add that. I was kind of hoping to do it procedurally, but there's no way. Not without, like, not without nodes. Cool. So subsurface is going to be 1.2, but I'm going to put it to 0 for now so we can render in real time. We do not need displacement. We will use some bump to get that nice texture that we were looking at. I feel like I'm a little bit of a broken record using bump for everything, but we'll take it. And we'll go down. So what are we making? We're making that. It's displacing correctly. Perfect. So let's make the actual geometry of this thing. If I were a worse person, I think I would ask everybody to post videos of them doing a woos. But I don't think I could bear to bring myself to do that. So I'm not going to. Is the short of that. Okay, so I'm going to do something that Simo's going to hate. Don't tell Simo we did this. We're going to do a 12 cylinder. And we're going to make them real tall. So that's 1, and we can displace him a little bit like that. Loofahs are sponges, right? They're like little guys that you grab out of the ocean and you turn into cleaning products. That's pretty weird. That's pretty strange, ain't it? So I'm assuming these holes are like feeding tubes or something, right? Like how they pass nutrients throughout their body. Aren't they from like an old animal corpse? I think they're a sponge. I think they're like alive when you get them. Okay, so these guys can now be joined together, and I'm going to do the worst thing you've ever seen, and I apologize for this. Anybody who actually does 3D modeling, just pretend you don't see this. Oh! It's bad. Oh, it's bad. Oh no. Oh no. We're gonna call this loofah. I'm gonna pretend I do 3D modeling and react. That's a great reaction, honestly. Shade flat. Okay, so we're here. We're in edit mode. You know, this is an easy fix. This is a pretty easy fix, actually. It's going to be a bad fix, but it's going to be an easy fix. I'm going to go into sculpt mode. We're going to remesh to, like, 0.7. I'm going to remesh. Problem solved. We're done. So if I dig out this little hole, that's not the way I want to do that. That is not how we want to do that at all. Okay, well, let's make a little guy. He just looks like a guy going, ooh. And then, Joe, you've added quite a little. My brain just stopped working. You've added quite a little crinkle to our maid rock with your mouse trap with cheese in it. I think I'm going to interpret that a little bit more differently. It does look like a Shy Guy, doesn't it? Joe, I'm going to misinterpret your request. So, sorry about that. But I'm gonna intentionally misinterpret it because I have an idea. We're gonna do a mousetrap, and I'm gonna put something in the mousetrap that a femboy would like. So the question is, what would a femboy like? Don't be lewd. Don't be weird, folks. Don't say anything uncomfortable. What would a femboy like? Okay. I feel like that question was directed at me. Yeah, to give you a little bit of context, the speed sketch for today is going to be a rock that is a femboy maid. That has been the request for today, is a femboy rock maid. Oh, we plugged up the hole. That's fine. You know what? There's going to be 2 holes on this one. So yeah, Junie, as our official femboy, go ahead. That felt terrible just to say. I feel like it should be a copy of New Horizons. I might be going out on a limb here a little bit. I might be misinterpreting. I feel like it's got to be a copy of New Horizons. That screams fem energy to me. As somebody who loves Animal Crossing, and has also called myself masculine on this stream, that just screams it to me. Okay, this isn't exactly what I wanted, but this is actually gonna be fine. All right, everybody take a nice drink of water. Ah, man. Why is water so good always? That's gonna be the one. There we go. This'll do it. Just a little bit of this, and then I'm going to clothify the whole thing. And clothing it, I think, is going to be the finishing touch that we're going to want. Fanta? Now, are you saying Fanta for femboys, or are you saying that you're drinking a Fanta? Because I like both as an idea. I'm drinking a Fanta. There we go. Joe out here being a real gentleman. Okay, cool. So that is our loofah. Look at that. I mean, it's got the holes messed up. Stream Raiders is addictive. You love Stream Raiders. You do love a Stream Raiders. Thank you, Rediera. What did I get a thank you for? I missed something. I have missed a cue somewhere for sure. Oh, the loofah? Does it look weird? Is it bad? That's why I don't play it. I keep thinking about doing like stream games and stuff, but I don't know. The only thing that's really sticking to me right now is doing like Jackbox with everybody. Oh yeah, no worries at all. For the most part, stream is me practicing everything. So the more weird stuff you can ask me to make and the more I can like push myself to make it, the better. Hey. Wow. You guys are so sweet. You guys are so nice. Maybe like a year from now, when I'm good at 3D modeling and all this sort of stuff, I'll take this more seriously and I'll go like, for stream today, we're gonna make a whole world, blah, 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 and I'm gonna go crazy. But we're not there right now. And I don't feel comfortable being that kind of person right now. Right now, I just like being a fool. I like hanging out. I like being dumb. I like learning. I like asking chat for help. That's me. That's who I am. Do you think you'll ever open commissions? Okay. Hold on. Let me read one thing, and then I got a full topic for you, and we're going to start on the speed sketch. So, if anybody has last-minute additions to the speed sketch, we are about to make a femboy maid rock that is going to be next to a... Whoa. Next to a mousetrap with something in the mousetrap that Junie is going to be working on. Yeah, Junie, it's about that. Like just chilling your streams? I appreciate that. I do my best to just, you know, be open, be nice. I was thinking a lot the other day. I'm like, I can be kind of a negative person in my real life. Not that I'm, like, mean. I think I've always been very empathetic of people. But, like I get road rage. And, like, I can be a little pessimistic about the way that the world is going. And every time I stream, I feel so positive. And I'm like, every time I stream, I just want to be as nice and as, like, positive as I can be. Because then I end stream, and for the rest of the night, I'm, like, zen. I'm good. I just need, like, an excuse to stop dwelling on such negative stuff all the time. Okay, so I'm going to start making a rock. The maid should be interesting in trying to steal whatever is in the mousetrap. That's what I'm doing. A bowl of hot wings. Being a nice person doesn't mean being perfectly nice all the time. The world can get us all down sometimes. Totally. I think most people that are really nice are usually darker. They're usually a little bit more... How would you say it? Like, people that have a bit of, like, a dark side. That sounds so edgy to say, but, like, you know what I mean. People that are a little bit darker in nature are typically nicer people. They're a little bit more compassionate. I find that to be true all the time. People that are very bright and shiny are people that usually, like, misinterpret advances, or they blow things out of proportion for no reason, and I don't think of that stuff as being very nice. So I tend to get along with more pessimistic people in general. But it's hard to tell. Not that I don't love a nice bit of shiny whatever, but like my partner is mega goth, right? Like I'm dating what is basically a goth princess. So like I'm definitely surrounded by dark subject matter very often. They go to bed listening to like true crime podcasts that are like vividly talking about how people got like cut to pieces and stuff, and it's just like, yeah, that's what we do before bed. So every time people are just like, you know, very like bright and shiny, I'm always kind of like, how can you be like that? Not that there's anything wrong with that. I kind of envy it. Okay, so you want hot wings. Hot wings inside of a mousetrap is going to be super hard. What if I do, like, McDonald's French fries? I think McDonald's French fries is very gay energy. I've never met a gay person who hates McDonald's French fries. Or boba tea. Boba tea is it. Oh, that's it. 100%. It's boba. You got it. It's boba. You got it. It literally cannot be anything else. You've said the activating phrase. You've activated my boba card. Cool. So this is going to be one of the hardest sketches I've done in 30 minutes. We got to make boba a rock with a maid hat on. I'm going to do my best not to get stuck on this. BRB, no worries. If the macro fries are done well, a new boba place opened up next to Old Lucky's Market. Ugh. Yo, you want to get boba sometime? Junie, you want to get boba? Yeah, let's get boba sometime. I'd love that. That'd be nice. Okay, so this is our rock. Is it a bit of a weird rock? Certainly is, but that's our rock. So now, I very quickly gotta go onto Google. We're gonna look up maid hat. Whatever those things are called. Ugh. The heck is going on here? Who on earth? There we go. That's the one I'm thinking of. Oh, that's gonna be so hard. Okay, so it's... You know what? Let me pop that up on the actual document so we can look at it in real time. So, we got ourselves imagining a femboy Geodude. Somebody has to make fan art of that. I would use femboy Geodude as an emote on this channel so fast. There's no way I don't want to use femboy Geodude as an emote on our channel. I kind of thought this was the front, but I think this might be the back. So let's do it like this. A full 180. And then we're going to solidify scale and solidify rotation. That's a pretty good front right there. And we're going to put the little hat on it. This hat is going to kill me. How am I going to make this hat? It is a semicircle. It's a semicircle with a flat and then it's scarf on the top. And by scarf, I meant skirt. Okay, it is a cone. You seen the TikTok of the guy trying boba tea for the first time? I have not. What happens? The guy tries boba tea for the first time and what ends up going on? Okay, so we want to edit this. Right there. We're thinking. We're using our big brain right now. Also, let me go ahead and mirror this thing before we get too caught up in the details. We're going to want to kill you. Oh gosh, I'm freaking out. I'm already... It's too early and I'm freaking out. Okay, we've done it. I think we're here. And now we're going to put a mirror on him. I guess he anticipated the pearls were supposed to melt and ends up very surprised when they all go down his throat. Okay. I love that. Okay, this will do. This will do. Let's throw on a Solidify modifier first. Hello? What am I looking for? Solidify. We want to solidify it by that amount. Go ahead and grab the whole thing, and we're going to scooch him on in. Like that. And now we're going to grab just you. Sir, please. Sir, please. Oh, it's mirrored. No wonder. There we go. Okay, so we got the beginning of the bib. Now we got to come up. Oh, I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out already. Now I got to bring it up. Let's add a subdivision on here. 1, 2, 3. Hey, the official scam phone call of the day. Let's give that a little... Every time I stream. I didn't get any all week, and I got one today, as per the norm. Ooh, this is rough. Apply, apply, apply. Go down to edit. Edit looks good. Okay, we're here. We're back. We're back. Speaking of modifiers, when I tried to do a mirror modifier with your setup, it didn't work nicely. Okay, so the main reason why mirror modifiers will not work for you is if your object of origin, this little point right here, is not in the center of the mesh. So this determines where the mirror modifier comes from. So that'll be very crucial to you in your quest for better renders. Okay, so now I'm going to want to pop up... Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do it this way. This is fine. You come up, and we put on proportional. Not that. Smooth. Okay, we're going to do it manually. It ain't going to work if I don't do it manually. So, we're going very fast. As fast as we please. Didn't you hear, though? Your Microsoft firewall is about to charge $400. Otherwise, all your information will get compromised. So I've been watching all those videos lately on YouTube where people hack the scammers' computers and they like shut down the whole call center. And I'm like, this is it. This is peak what I want to see in the world. Okay, this is not perfect, but I don't think we're getting perfect. I think this is as good as I gotta do it right now. So let's do that. Now what I want to do is I want to pop up one more. I want to fix it. Nope, I don't have time. I can't fix it. It's going to take forever. So we're going to have to work with it just like this. This is the way it's going to look. Okay. Now we need to make the skirt. Skirt, 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 skirt. Okay. Let's pop up. 1, 2, 3. Silken, you're back! I've returned in time for the maid rock. Perfect timing, Silken. Our favorite Terra celebrity is here. So we're going to do it just like that. And if I'm looking at the ruffles, we're going to do groups of 4. So 4. 4. Whoa, hello? 4. 4. Joe is being so social. Okay, so that should do it. I like that. I like whatever emote that was. What is it? Is that... Oh, hold on. What am I looking at? Is that what I think it is? Explain that emote to me. Hold on. Maybe I'm seeing the wrong thing. From my distance, it looks very perverted. It looks like ban-worthy. What is it? Oh, Joe. Joe, please explain. What is that emote? I must know. Cat waving and cat laughing? Is it laughing? It looks so regrettable. It looks so... I'm just gonna... I don't see it. We missed our mark by 1. So we're gonna hope that nobody sees that, even though you're all watching me. And we got our ruffles. Okay, cool. Mind is seeing weird things. Hey, guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. I'll take it. It looks pretty weird to me. No. Don't do this to Silken. Okay, I gotta say, this looks pretty good. So now I just need to paint it. Which is fine, I can paint it no problem. Does that sell the idea? Joe, Silken is a Terra... Oh, you were from Sedated Stream. I might actually know you from Sedated Stream. I thought you came straight here. Yes. You came with the raid. That's right, a raid happened today. My brain. I think that's gotta do it right there. It looks really good. Oh, it looks really good. Oh no. Okay. I gotta do something. It's gonna be the worst thing you've ever seen. I apologize. It's not even gonna track super well. But I have to do it. I have to do this. This is a requirement. This is gonna do it right here. Like right there. It's a little maid mole. We're very much stereotyping, and I apologize to any maids out there who hate the stereotype. I hope that this isn't a damaging stereotype, but I mean, that's it. The mole sells it. Also, the cat is licking something. The emote is called Malim. Malim? It's like the Yoshi noise. It looks pretty regrettable. It's I don't even want to look at it anymore. I'm not. It doesn't exist to me anymore. I'm done. Okay, so what I want to be doing is we want to node this up real quick. Oh, it looks so good. Joe, it doesn't exist to me anymore. I'm not a part of this anymore. Okay, so what we want to end up doing is we want to turn off our modifier. And we're going to make one of them white and one of them black. One last chance to change your mind. Look, I see what I see. All's well that ends well. I just don't see it anymore. It's fine. That should do. And I put this back on. Oh, it doesn't look that good. Oh, it looks kind of bad. Okay, wait, hold on. I can fix this. Let's make this one black. Slot 2, we're gonna go back to edit. I'm gonna grab everything. We're only going to assign this top portion. So you need to be assigned that. And we come back to the top. Oh, this could work. This could work really well. Okay, boom. Little white rim all around it. I think this is the best I can do in the amount of time that I have. You know what? I could pop it into sculpt mode and we could put a clothify on it. And just redo the cloth a little bit to give it a little bit more organicness. Maid potato. CQDK. How's your friend? How's your friend, CQDK? There we go. Okay. Actually looks a little bit better. The more I look at it, the more I'm kind of like, this is okay. I'm now debating doing hair. Like putting a wig on this thing. What a sassy response. What an absolutely sassy response that was. Okay, so that's going to be the mole. The mole has perfect roughness. It's going to be no reflecting whatsoever. Okay? So now we got this. So this is a frill. We're going to need to put maximum sheen on this. Roughness is going to be pretty high. Specular is also going to be pretty high. Sheen tint is high. And then we're going to go down to this one. This is hat cloth. And we're going to give you... Oh, I didn't make a new document. My bad. We're going to put the sheen super high as well. The roughness has got to come up quite a bit. Sheen tint is high. Clear coat is down. Specular is lower. Hope this becomes a meme and sells for lots of passive income. oh man, I didn't answer the question, Chaos's question. Chaos, if you're still here, I know you left for a second. I have an answer for your question. Let's do the river rock. I like the wet rock a little bit better. That is pretty good looking. The hat looks terrible. But otherwise, I'm pretty dead set on this thing. Well, the spoiler for you, for everybody here, is I have been working on a passive income stream. And I guess I'm willing to talk about it. I think I'm going to start making these assets on the Unreal Store. Today was not a good show of it, but I have a really interesting idea for how to do it. It's going to be a very specific process that I'm doing. It's kind of hard to explain. What I'm basically making is I'm going to be making modular objects that, the idea is to make objects that empower the people who use them as much as possible, so it feels like a real, it feels like you're the artist instead of me being the artist making the asset for you. Beyond that, I'm not sure what I want to say yet, because I might end up doing it and then it ends up being a big flub and everything I've said was for naught. But I'm thinking about selling 3D assets soon. And I think that'll be a good excuse for me to practice my my stuff. Anything I can do to force myself to be better will be huge. Because right now, I don't know. Still a lot to learn. Okay, so we want like 0.3. That's probably about right. That'll do. The steps should be probably less than that. We'll say 18. And the height should be up just a little bit. Maid rock for a quarter. Honestly, I'd sell this thing for a quarter. This ain't the main stuff I'm going for, so sure, quarter's fine. Okay, so we want geometry. We want the depth to be like 0.1. Yep, that looks perfect. Okay, so I want to grab this thing and I want to convert it to a mesh. Regional variant, Geodude as a maid. I don't even want it to be a regional variant. That's just the main Geodude. I'm going to sell this to Pokemon. That's what's really going to happen. I'm going to sell this to Pokemon, and they're going to have no choice but to accept it. We're going to say positive 60, and we're looking good. Make this thing real small. Make it even smaller. And we should be good. I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit on this mousetrap. I kind of wanted it to look a little bit cleaner than this, but I don't have the time. I don't have any time. So we'll say right about there looks all right. No. They'll probably sue you first and then make it themselves. Yeah, that's kind of Nintendo's way. It's this way, right? You know what? I'm going to do it this way anyway. I'm pretty sure this is wrong, but I'm just going to go for it. We're going to pop on a modifier. It's going to be a mirror against this cube 01. And it's Y. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Now I grab it and we extrude. What are we looking at? Extrude. There you are. Let's look at that very perfectly on. That should be all right. I'll pop on a little bit of that. Red, it's literally 25 cents. Nintendo doesn't matter. We must crush all competition. Honestly, Nintendo's a really strange company that I think I get. I think I actually like kind of agree with their mentality. Obviously, them suing people and like all that stuff, terrible, right? I'm not a sympathizer to that. But Nintendo has been known for having a really good employee culture. The way they treat their own employees is like really, really positive. And I'm sort of like, you know, compared to American game companies, that is rare. Treating your employees well is super rare in the games industry. So if what they're doing is defending their employees' rights for the sake of, like if they're defending employees and that is why they're acting so crazy and whatever, I don't know if I'm against it. I don't know if I can really hate them. It's not nice. I don't love what they're doing, but I don't know if I can hate it. Let's go ahead and fill this as a face and fill you as a face. And I have 10 minutes. Oh, we're cooking. We're going to go ahead and bridge that. You also have to covetously defend copyrights or you lose the right to pick and choose. I don't totally agree with that one. I think like Nintendo could very easily be like, this is a great idea. We'll pay you, you know, or we'll fly you out and you can be like help us with the project or whatever. Like people would lose their minds over that kind of service. Like there's these people that make these fake Pokemon, right? And then the guys who work on Pokemon now are all like sort of freelancers. And it's like, okay, so how can you not see that the people who are making fan art and the freelancers are so similar mentally? Why don't you just treat them the same? You could get the exact same like quality that you're getting right now, but people would not be as mad at you about it. Yeah, I don't know. I think like lore is very important to them, and that I like totally get. It's probably pretty hard to like manage lore when other people are just trying to do what you're doing. That could be tough. I could see that being pretty hard. Okay. Let's go ahead and just push this sideways. I didn't want to do it before, but now I'm thinking it's a good idea. And now we got both of these. We scale them down. This is a weird sketch, man. We could rotate this just a little bit like that. Push it down just a little bit. And now we got to put... What are we putting on this thing? Let me scroll up for just a sec. I got to look past that weird emote that I'm pretending doesn't exist. Oh, boba. Boba tea. Oh, God. I have to make boba in 8 minutes. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. This is gonna be tough. I want to do more with the rock, but we do not have time for the rock. Okay. No more casual. No more casual. We're here. We are fully here. Roughness up just a little bit. Specular down. Sure. All that good. Yep. Perfect. Now wood. We want... Wood? Sure. You'll do. Why not? You're wood. I don't have time to think about it. Okay. Boba tea. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay, a boba tea. Boba tea. Boba tea. Boba tea. We gotta make a cylinder. Cylinder of 28. And we're gonna push you over here. You gotta be taller. You got a flange at the top. Like that. We got to inset you just a little bit. And we have to extrude you down. And flange that in. That's a boba tea. Done. Okay. Now we got to make a big old straw for it. I'm not going to put a lid on it because I eat too bad. Is the short answer to that. The longer answer is I don't have time to think about it. So we're going to go ahead and make this small. Actually, boba straws are pretty big. So we'll do it like that. Pop you up. Bring you here. Do you sideways just a little bit. Grab the top of that. Bada boom. Bada boom. Inset. And bridge. Done. Straw done. Let's call you Boba Cup. Let's call you... Oh gosh. Boba Straw. Now I got to grab this whole thing. Copy. We're gonna go ahead and pop up right there. I'm going to get rid of the boba cup. Oh gosh. Okay, we got rid of the boba cup. We're gonna do the same thing on the inside as close as we can. Right there. Ooh, ooh, this is tough. Oh, this is tough. I'm freaking out. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Delete. Now I grab all of you and I turn on auto merge. Nope, we're gonna do it manually. Jeezy. Please. Why can't I move him? Oh, it's because I have snapping turned on. Jeezy. There we go, right there. Now I grab the whole thing, and we grab vertices, and I merge by distance, and I up it until we got 28. Perfect. Now I can grab all of this. I should have just done this from the get-go. I don't know why I didn't do it. Face. Done. Liquid. Done. Boba. Boba cup. Boba can be shrunken down just a little bit. Now we gotta make the popping pearls. Okay, so let's get rid of the boba. Let's make ourselves... Oh gosh, what am I doing? Icosphere of 2. Perfect. Let's do 3, why not? Pop you over here. Pull you up. Make you the correct size. Like that. Oh, am I going to try and physics this? I don't think physics is a good idea right now. I want to, though. Boy, do I want to. Okay, whatever, I'm doing it. Sure. First off, we want rigid body passive. That's a huge tapioca ball. That's like exactly the size they are. Okay, a little bit smaller. We'll make it a little bit smaller. Rigid body, active, mass, 0.1. Okay, now we want to up our frames to 500. Start on 1. Go for it. Hello? Oh, this is a convex. Yep. We're going to want that to be mesh. Okay, perfect. Now you're good. There he goes. He's in there. So, we pop him back up. We go back to 1. This is going to be real. We're going right to the wire. It's always time for physics. Yep, that's what we're doing now. 2, 0, 30. 30 is probably too much. When I think of boba, I'm going to say 16. Okay, now we hit apply. I grab all of you. I go into edit mode. We separate by loose parts. Grab all of them. Now we got to do the absolute terror. Oh, we can do it fast. I've never been able to do it fast like this. Okay. Object set origin to geometry. Look how good that is. Oh, we're here. We're back. We're here. We made a mistake. The straw needs to be bigger? Sure. There we go. Big straw. Ooh, I've made a mistake. I'll tell you what. Just pop them in. Here we go. Straw is going to come up and sit on top of them. Sure. There's only a couple boba left. You drink all of them. Oh, gosh. How am I going to do this? Okay, we got 1 minute. You know what? We're going over. Too bad. We got to go over. Can't help it. Okay, so 1 by 1. Chill out. Stop freaking out. We're all good. This is going to be our straw, and I'm going to give it a nice red because that's me. I'm red. Nice little red straw. I'm zen right now. I'm in full zen mode. We're chilling. Big zen mode right now. Not freaking out. Not freaking out at all. Yes, I'm red. You know, somebody had to say it. We're going to put the alpha down to 0.5. And the transmission can actually probably come down a little bit. It's not glass. High sheen. None of that. Sure, this'll do. It looks a little weird, but we definitely don't have time to think about it anymore. Not getting a letter grade every hour you're late. Yeah, I try to make myself go as fast as possible. Am I going to be able to move the balls? I'm just now thinking about this. I don't think I can move these. Let's go ahead and call this boba. I think I might have just botched it. If you ask nicely, they might. Thank you. That was the answer I was looking for. You passed the test. Okay, let's add the boba. Oh, the boba looks good. Okay, perfect. Yep, boba it is. Now, personally, I'm a pretty big fan. I'm a pretty big fan of the a Thai tea. I kind of jam for a Thai tea. So we're going to make a Thai tea. What's boba? Ooh, that's a hard thing to explain. Boba is like... It is like a special tea that has tapioca balls inside of it. I'm going to put a little bit of metallic on this. And then we're going to go ahead and just put a gradient on it. I have hit the point. Partially gelatinous happiness. Yeah, that's basically what it is. I feel a little bit like I'm being electrocuted right now. I'm doing my best to focus as hard as I can. I'm max focused right now. We are as hard focused as we can be. I feel like I'm playing championship chess right now. Okay, we want 90 on the Y. Yep, that's it right there. We're going to go ahead and pull the Z down a little bit, and by Z I mean X. Getting electrocuted probably should trump your modeling at the moment. No, it's all part of it. It's all part of it. There we go. There we go. Tell me that ain't it. I'm going to lower the cup to be even clearer. You think you want to sleep now? Yeah, I mean, it's 11 o'clock where you are. You should definitely go to sleep. It's been nice having you, though. Thank you. Gotta go get some house stuff. I'm also leaving. Yeah, no worries. Later, folks. We're going to call this boba. We're going to make it a dark brown. Really dark brown. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these guys for just a sec. I'm here until the end. Well, the end is nigh, so we're very close to being done. I'm always here. There's some good random stuff. Yeah, no worries. We try to keep it as wild as we can. Sheen tint. Transmission is high. Transmission roughness is also high. Not that high. Wrong one. Couple of C's. That's gotta be as good as it can be. So, fun fact. How do I do it? Where is it? Go to this. Oh, there's a very specific way to do this. Darn, I forget how to do it. You can drag materials onto everything. But this should be easy enough to fix. I messed it up by not applying the material first. I should have thrown a material on all these guys before I applied the array modifier. But we're good. Now, the reason why I feel like I'm experiencing electric shock right now is because I'm a little worried I'm going to do something here in just a second and it's going to stop working. So hear me out. We got this boba. That actually looks so good. That looks just like boba. I want to be able to say I was here when the Maid Rock drank boba meme started. That is very appreciated. Okay, so this is a bit much. Here we go. Moment of truth. I need all the hopes and prayers that you can give. Please work. Please work. Okay, well, let's not flip it upside down. Oh, I think I just screwed it. Yep, we broke it for sure. No! Okay, hold on. We're here. Yeah, physics stuff does not like to be moved. I should have put it in the place that we wanted it first before we did the physics. Alright, so let's recover an autosave. We autosaved literally 1 minute ago. Can't be that bad. You'll see that all the boba reset to its initial position. That is to be expected. So tell you what we're going to do. We're going to delete those. We're going to grab our boba. We're going to go back to normal view. We're going to move everything in regular order. Got ourselves a tie T on a mousetrap. Stop going upside down. That seems about right to me. It's not a bad scale. We're going to push it back a little bit to show a little bit more of the mousetrap on the actual render. Okay. This guy, he's got his physics on passive. That'll do. You guys are blowing up my Discord. What is going on? I'm getting like private messages or something. I don't know. Okay, so we got a boba. We're going to pop you up to here. Just like that will do. We end at frame 55. That's not half bad. Put the note on it. We want him to be boba. Okay. So, theoretically, I just need to put on rigid body. We'll say 0.5 should be good enough. And I don't think there was enough boba last time, so I'm going to add a little bit more boba. So let's go full on array, Z by 2, X by 0, count by 33. Hit apply. Click U. Edit. Separate by loose parts. And I can take a breath now. We're good. No! Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Hold on. I think I know how to fix this. Go back to object mode. We got everything all hooked up. I go Control A, apply scale. What? Oh, I see. I didn't apply the array yet. There we go. Now we're back. Apply scale. What? The heck is happening? Apply scale. There we go. Freaking out a little bit. I don't know what is going on. There we go. Now if I go back to object mode and I grab just you and I hit set object. No! This happens every time. Oh man. How do I fix this? Oh, I hate it when this happens. Okay, you know what? We get what we get. You got to work with what you got. So let's go ahead and put on a little bit of see-through. Pop you down. Oh, you just don't want to go now? The heck is going on with this thing? Okay, you don't have physics anymore. Goodbye to physics. That was crazy. What on earth? Okay, now we manually just place everything in here. So let's go top down. Pop you in. Pop you in. And we're here. Now, the boba's just kind of floating, which to me is pretty gross. That probably means the boba is like way off, but too bad. This is how it's got to be. There we go. That'll do. That's our boba. Floating boba is definitely a weird look. And I'm going to press save right now. And if we're taking our sweet time, I'm going to go ahead and just take a quick moment to turn off this. And we're going to grab all of... Hello? Oh, I'm see-through. Bada boom, there we go. All the way down. We're gonna remove our rock. And so one thing that you can do is you can press Control-click to just go for it. And so I'm gonna Control-click my way all the way across this. The reason why I'm not alt-clicking is because I don't want to accidentally cut the top of it off. So we'll just do that. And we're gonna go back to our rendered mode, back to this, back to nodes. And we wanna apply this as black. So this should be slot 1 assign, done. There we go. With that, I believe we are done. Let's place the camera, and I'm gonna call it. So we went over by 15 minutes. That's not the best thing that you like to have happen, but too bad. It's fine, just the way it is. We look at the camera. We are gonna take that camera and pop it all the way forward. Turn you around. Just like that. We're gonna GX just a little bit, GZ just a little bit. Actually, I kind of like a low shot. Let's keep it low. RY. RX. Kind of a weird Dutch angle. That'll do. So that's our render. Is this the weirdest render I've made in a while? I think so. I think this is a bit of a weird one. I don't know how I feel about how it turned out, but it is what it is. Looks beautiful. I kind of think the mole is like the weirdest one, the weirdest part of it. I thought about putting little hairs on the mole, but I thought that would be a little too rude. So yeah, this is her. Her name is Granite. This is Granite. Granite the maid. So everyone say your goodbyes to Granite, because that's going to be stream. I'm going to go ahead and end the recording.